chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know.
Prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win. Just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win. Both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
Yeah, I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? 100%. There definitely he is.
All right, now. Number one, this is his generation. This is his timeline. He is the king right now.
Floyd Mayweather has announced his planned return to the ring in 2025. He confirmed his first commitment will be a highly publicized exhibition match against Mike Tyson later this year. More notably, he revealed that after Tyson, he is preparing for a professional fight, potentially against Terence Crawford. Mayweather stated that negotiations are ongoing for an officially sanctioned bout and emphasized that he and his team are working hard to make this comeback official.
Everything is going great. You know, I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And I can't wait for 2026.
When discussions about dream fights in boxing arise, Floyd Mayweather's name is always central. Even in retirement, his legacy continues to overshadow the sport, sparking endless debates on whether he could have defeated today's champions. Recently, trainer Robert Garcia offered a sharp analysis of a hypothetical match between Mayweather and Terence Crawford. Garcia pointed out that while Mayweather's career is marked by unmatched success, he never achieved undisputed champion status like Crawford or Manny Pacquiao. Despite this, Garcia admitted that his respect for Mayweather's skill and ring intelligence leads him to favor Floyd in such a fantasy match.
Man, he doesn't need it anymore.
With his accomplishments, the only man to ever do 3 weight divisions undisputed. Is he now a part of the greatest of all time conversation? And not of this era, but of all time.
Definitely is the greatest, one of the greatest of all times. You know, there's still greats out there. There's still, you know, his era or last era, you know, with the Mayweathers, with the Pacquiaos. I think he's, you know, already accomplished more. Pacquiao was 8 division, so we could argue there because Pacquiao was, 8 division is almost impossible, and he did it. Mayweather never became undisputed. He's a 5 division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more.
Robert Garcia was quick to highlight the unique accomplishments that distinguished Terence Crawford. Crawford has unified all major titles in the division, a feat Mayweather never accomplished. Manny Pacquiao also achieved undisputed recognition across multiple weight classes. Garcia noted that this is a gap in Mayweather's otherwise flawless record. While Mayweather dominated opponents, remained undefeated, and secured legendary wins, the status of undisputed champion eluded him. For Garcia, this doesn't diminish Mayweather's greatness, but does cement Crawford's place among the sport's most complete fighters. Ultimately, however, Garcia leaned on his experience to explain why he would still pick Mayweather to win, citing Floyd's superior defense, timing, and ring.
I probably still pick Mayweather. Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win. Just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win. Both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? 100%. There definitely he is.
With all that said, what can you ultimately say about what occurred and what we saw Saturday night?
It was a great event, great turnout, 70,000 plus people. Gate was fucking insane from what I understand. You know, fucking that's good for boxing, man. Good for boxing, good for all the younger fighters. You know, all these new things going on. I think it's going to be a positive thing for all the younger fighters.
The analysis emphasized that there are 2 iconic versions of Floyd Mayweather. First, there was Pretty Boy Floyd, the aggressive young fighter who overwhelmed opponents with speed, power, and sharp combinations. Then came Money Mayweather, the masterful defensive tactician and pay-per-view king who built a boxing empire. Mayweather is described as a genius who meticulously crafted both his fighting style and his public image, ensuring each persona had its own powerful aura. Pretty Boy won fans by taking risks and scoring knockouts, while Money captivated the world with psychological warfare, technical brilliance, and global spectacles. Together, these 2 sides created a legacy that few can match, establishing Mayweather as not just a fighter, but an architect of boxing's.
Sorry. He's a genius. He is a fucking, when I get bored with today's crop of boxers, and Terence, to be fair, has kind of helped me out of my boredom. But sometimes I just go on YouTube and I watch the 24/7s and then I watch the fight. I'm not joking. I watch the whole fucking episodes and then I watch the fight. And my guy is a genius. A genius. There would always be an argument, oh, you should have fought that person then. And I get it. I get it, right? It's kind of the argument you can't throw at Muhammad Ali, right? You could throw that argument at Floyd. But dude, unbeaten is unbeaten. Unbeaten is unbeaten. Multi-weight world champion is multi-weight world champion. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen a boxer so like, I'm going to work you out, and then when I work you out, you're done. Shall I repeat that? I'm going to work you out, and when I work you out, you're done. And Floyd had this thing where first 2 rounds, you think, oh shit, man, this guy's in this fight, and then he works you out. And then he works you out. Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd was better than Money, but Money Floyd had obviously the fights, right? In terms of the fights that brought all the eyeballs onto him, Oscar De La Hoya fight. You know what I mean? That Pretty Boy Floyd was, look, Diego Corrales is probably the best performance really from Pretty Boy Floyd, right? Corrales, I think, was unbeaten at the time, and look what he did to him. But Money Floyd brought the eyeballs on. That's when he started being controversial. Genius outside the ring in terms of marketing, genius inside the ring in terms of defensively, offensively as well. People don't give him as much credit offensively.
Zab Judah, who once fought Mayweather, did not hesitate to name Terence Crawford as the defining champion of this generation. He stated that every era has its star, and Crawford currently holds that torch. Judah recalled Canelo Alvarez's previous comment that Crawford might be better than Floyd, suggesting that such praise should be taken seriously. In Judah's view, Crawford has demonstrated the ability to dominate elite competition across multiple weight classes, with a style so complete that no one has found a way to solve it. By acknowledging this, Judah paid respect to Mayweather's legacy while making it clear that the present moment belongs to Crawford, who deserves recognition as the top fighter of today.
Right now, number one, this is his generation, this is his timeline. He is the king right now.
Just seen in the press conference, Canelo said that Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think?
He's not lying. He fought him. He should know. How can somebody tell somebody that fought both of these guys, that he know.
Yeah.
Anybody would know, Canelo would know.
What do you think's next for both?
I don't know.
You like to rematch?
Not very nice. Rematch always sound good. But in a rematch, it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Cool.
Matter of fact, in the rematch, I'm predicting stoppage early.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah. I think so.
Trainer Bredman Edwards offered a different perspective, dismissing the idea of a Mayweather versus Crawford matchup as forced and unnecessary. He argued that Crawford should be celebrated for his current success, without constant comparisons to past legends. Edwards suggested that if Mayweather seeks a notable exhibition, a clash with Roy Jones Jr. would generate more authentic interest due to their shared era. In his view, constantly pitting Crawford against historical greats undermines his current achievements and distracts from his own era's significance. Edwards believes boxing should focus on celebrating Crawford's greatness in the present rather than chasing impossible fantasy fights.
Obviously, never gonna get this fight, unfortunately. Just two different generations. And I'm not necessarily asking you who would win, but if Floyd and Crawford were to cross paths prime for prime, would you just put that as that's 50-50, man? I don't know. Or are you just like, I might still give the edge to Floyd?
Man, I don't really want to compare them right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, and competitive guys, next thing you know, Bud and Floyd to be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. It's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, and make up something just to... I got my opinion on, how the fights would go, and, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy, they two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
Sean Porter commented on the unusual announcement of a Mayweather versus Tyson exhibition, describing it as potentially more of a street fight than a sanctioned boxing match. He explained that genuine, long-standing tension exists between the two, which could make the encounter deeply personal and volatile. Porter doubted that boxing commissions would officially sanction such a high-risk event, while acknowledging the spectacle would generate buzz. He warned it could cross lines the sport would not condone. This sentiment was echoed by other analysts who expressed frustration that exhibitions involving legends like Mayweather, Tyson, and even Jake Paul prioritize attention and big names over genuine competitive boxing.
You don't see this one coming unless you know the history of these two guys.
Yeah, they don't like each other too much, do they, Sean?
When you look at the history, it's kind of like for a street fight. It doesn't make sense for like a in-the-ring situation. And so it's kind of like, I guess for the sake of words, crazier things have happened. And then now you have to say, well, no, it doesn't get crazier than this.
You're not kidding, right? You know, obviously we watched Mike Sean in November against Jake Paul. I think clearly those guys like each other. Floyd and Mike, not so much. Obviously, there's been some tension there over the years. Do you think they go in there despite the fact that this is an exhibition fight? I mean, do they go in there and do they both try and take each other out?
I don't know what that fight looks like. And, you know, that kind of was my biggest apprehension with coming on with you guys today. It was like, how do you analyze what a fight between Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather could look like, right? So then you think about when Floyd got in the ring with Big Show. We already know, like we know now more than we've ever known before that the WWE is fake. It's kind of like acceptable, but it wouldn't be acceptable in a boxing ring. You know, it wouldn't be acceptable if there becomes some sort of weird antics and things like that. I mean, I guess I'll have to do what I did once before with Mike and Jake, and I'm gonna go on record for saying this doesn't happen.
You falls apart sometime before.
This doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't know how you can make it make sense. I don't know how you can make this one make sense.
And to your point, they may have it, but if they have it, they haven't said it yet. There's no date for the fight, no location that's been announced. So
right.